Let's see what is plant location. Okay. Moving ahead. Yeah. Plant location refers to an area where plant will operate to produce goods and service. It is the function of determining where the plant should be located for maximum operating economy and effectiveness. Okay, see, a plant location is where the actual location or place where you are planning or you are making a decision in order to plant your production unit. Okay, see, the performance of any business unit is considerably affected by its location. Okay, the location of the industry is as important as the choice of location for a business or a retail outlet. See, the production unit, the choice of location for product unit, it's as important as the unit you choose for your retail outlet, right? Your retail is outlet where you locate, generally where you see a great marketplace where you get connected with your customers. Yes, so likewise, even for the production unit, it is very important to make a good decision or a right decision in terms of selection of location. Okay, so selection of locations for an operations involves long-term commitment about the geographical factors that affect any industry. Okay, so it is all about the selection of location. Okay, operations involves, it has a, see, once the plant location is, we don't decide it on day-to-day basis. It's one time investment, and it's a base in terms of decision where you actually are planning to build your production unit. So it has to be committed, and it is a long-term decision making aspect of management. So we need to be very sure with all the geographical factors which would gives an economy in terms of operating economy, in the sense, like, less cost per unit in terms of production or say operations. Okay, and the selection of location is another important factor for the success of an enterprise. How is it's equally important for both new and established enterprise. So see, the plant location generally is useful when we have a plan of establishing new units, or we have an idea of expansion, or we have an idea of relocating our plant location. Okay, so it is very important, either you have a new business idea or new production plant, or you already have in the production unit which is already existing. Okay, so it plays a vital role to establish new firms, because some changes adjusts in the capacity qualitatively and quantitatively at the initial stage, at the initial stage, or always possible. See, at the initial stage of your establishment of your business, so you need to make certain changes with respect to your qualitative and quantitative areas of your plant location. Okay, so you need to have a very good decision strategy in terms of selecting a plant location which is feasible for you in order to be in a maximum operating economy. Okay, yeah, it's even okay, so now we discuss, so it has to be a very good situation or a location or very good place or feasible place, so that we are in an economy stage where we earn lots of profit and good products, and a large number of volume in terms of production. Yes, we all know this. So what is an ideal location is all about? Okay, what is an ideal location is all about is one where the cost of product cannot be one where the cost of product can be kept minimum with large market share. So this is very important. See, your manufacturing cost should be minimum at this location. Yes, so wherever the location you choose, the manufacturing cost should be at minimum. Okay, and then with large market share. So you need to be available as a product, you need to reach your market in terms of, as in high ratio in terms of market share for your product. Okay, so another point is which gives you minimum cost per unit of production. That's what. Okay, the cost of product and the minimum cost per unit. Okay, so it has to be say economy. It has to be. We were discussing with respect to what is an ideal location for a production unit. Okay, so that once gives you cost of product can be kept at minimum, so that you can fix you can add value to your product. Yes, so we know what is adding value to your product, so that we are in a stage where we can meet all the costs, the additional costs, where we can face all the costs with this additional adding value to your profit, and we are in a stage where we can earn profit out of it. Okay, and another stage is another point is which gives you a minimum cost per unit of production. Yes, so that's how you can keep very less price with respect to your product. Okay, yeah, location and costs are interrelated. How is? Because location is such a significant cost and revenue drivers. Yes, so it drives your revenue as well as your cost. Both are interrelated in terms of plant location. Yes, so location often has the power to make or break companies strategy. So it's a very important element in terms of business units or production units. So you need to be very you need to have a very well efficient decision. In what I would like to mention here is we need to have an efficient decision strategy, so that we are going to be successful in our business, or say among our competitors. So yes, so it is it might make your business or it might break your business. So it has such power, or it drives through in such criterias. Okay, so location decisions to support a low cost strategy require particularly careful consideration. So it has to be made with a very careful system, or say areas of decision making, while you plan or you have a decision with respect to your location. There are many things which has to be considered before you select any location for your production unit. Okay, so once management is committed to a specific location, many costs are firmly in place and difficult to reduce. Okay, see, once management is committed to a specific location, there are many costs associated to it. Okay, yeah, at times it's very difficult to reduce. For instance, if a new factory location is in a region with high energy costs, even good management with an outstanding energy strategy is stating, or a business is going to start with that disadvantages. How? Because you already have the whatever the energy is required, or what are the sources you required for your production, it is all costing high for you at the initial stage itself. So how you are going to survive as a business? So as a business, you need to add value to your products, or add value to your the operations. Then only you can survive in terms of profit making organization among your competitors. So at the initial stage, or even in spite of having a better management strategy, or energy boosted management who are much more enthusiastic and much more knowledgeable in terms of handling system, but somewhere your cost of manufacturing is high, they will fail in order to start, or they will fail to survive in competitive market with high cost of manufacturing. So you need to be very sure in terms of plant location, which gives you an economy benefits, all the economies. Okay, so example, if the HR strategy of a labor, the selected location is expensive, or they are ill trained, or has a poor work ethic. So I'm just taking an example of human resource department, where if the XYZ location is, if the location A, we have a choice of A, B, C. If among that we somewhere end up choosing location A, which is again somewhere we have missed out to do all the verifications, all the factors which needs to be thoroughly verified before we adopt the location. If as a management we somewhere miss out the points, and we end up selecting the location which has an expensive expensive in terms of human resource, adopting them in your production unit, if they're expensive and they're not really trained and has a poor ethic, it makes sure that you will end up with disadvantages for your organization. Okay, so again, the poor education or the poor habits, these all the elements, which need to be focused in terms of human resource. So you have to focus how your example I'm just taking. So a human resource is all the labors. This is one of the factor which affects your location. Okay, we'll see, in the next slides, what are the factors are going to impact, or what are the factors which we need to focus in terms of the before we selecting, or before we decide, or before we have a strategy in place in order to in with respect to plant location. Okay, see, employees even with poor training, poor education, non really skill, so even though if you get them with a low cost of with a low cost, so if you're paying low wages to them and they're not, you have a very good number of employees with you, but what if they're not really trained, what if they're having very poor work habits or ethics with respect to their work, so it's obviously you are not going to help. So that's how, every individual location has its own capabilities, features, and attitudes towards the work with respect to human resource. So you need to be, you need to have a decision placed, so that you get all the benefits out of what is expected to your business organizations to be a successful manufacturing unit. Okay, yeah, so this was about a plant location, so how it is so much important as a business organization to be very the consideration with respect to plant location is very high. So you have to be very sure, or very strong in terms of decision with respect to your plant location, because you're going to install a production layout. Say example, now I would take an example of any business location where you're not getting raw materials, where the transport facility is not there, where you don't get if you're located your production unit somewhere out of the location where you're not able to really reach your customers. To reach them, you have to take a help of transportation, again, which is a cost oriented element for manufacturing units. So these all factors has to be kept in mind, and then the decision has to be made with respect to selection of plant location. Okay, so plant location is an area where the operation of production, with respect to production of goods and services is it function. Okay, so that's what I'll go through another slide which helps you to understand better what is the plant location. So it's according to R.C. Davis, location is the function of determining where the plant should be located for maximum operating economy and effectiveness. It's simple. Where your function, the location is a function to determine where the plant should be located for maximum operating economics. So plant location is a place where you actually you involve in your production activities, where you actually produce your products. Okay, moving ahead, I have another definition which is according to Bethel, Emmets and Atwater. The plant location is that spot where, in consideration of the business as a whole, the total cost of production and delivering goods to all the consumers is the lowest. So here, according to this definition, ideal location is where it will help you to reduce or minimize the total cost of production and the delivering goods. The cost of delivering goods to all the consumer is at a minimum cost. So this is what the this definition is all explains. Okay. The simple plant location is the location which gives you all the economic benefits, which help you to be at minimum cost in terms of production unit. That's how we can earn better profits to our business organizations.